Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program with Mealer Cucumber. Alright, my vegetable friends, I've spent our hard-earned science points into this little baby. Because I felt like having these radio decouplers and this Rocketman brand adapter would be interesting. And maybe even the hydraulic detachment manifold would be a good idea. I don't know about the nose cone, but well. The thing is, what I want to do in this particular episode is prepare to go to Minmus and make a landing there, and that's going to be quite a difficult task. But before I do so, I want to note that I have taken the outsourced R&D. That means if any money is made, we will get science for some of that money we make, which is really cool. And also I off-screened building a space plane, or rather it's a regular plane, but it could be used as a space plane at some point. I just wanted to show you guys that one. Was it this one? No, I don't think so. Yes, it actually was this one. It's called the Valentina Triple D. There we are, and it's not because she's got huge boobs. But it's an actual 3 Kerbal aircraft, which flies rather well actually. It does really well. It has all the science in it except for the materials bay, but all the rest is there, and it does really well at high speeds. So it kind of looks like that one German rocket fighter, and it actually flies quite like it. And I just sort of assembled the delta wings and everything, and it flies. It's wonderful. It turns like nothing else. It's got such maneuverability because of these planes, these huge. Basically the airframe is really well done, which is a bit of a stroke of luck. Obviously, I'm not perfect at it. I might take the lamp off at some time because there are actual lights here under the landing gear bits. But yeah, so we can take 3 Kerbals out. That means 1 scientist, 1 engineer. We can even pop chutes back in once we use them if we ever need to land somewhere where it's almost impossible to make a horizontal landing. So that's good. And obviously in emergency situation where you're in a spin, it's nice to have these parachutes to correct things somewhat and save the lives of the Kerbals on board. There we go. So it's a really nice little aircraft. I will be using it to collect science probably in biomes around Kerbin. I don't know if I'm gonna do that on screen or off screen. It might be very boring to watch, so maybe later. As said, the whole goal of this episode will be to create a rocket ship that will take us to Minmus and land. That's the big thing. Now we could use our moon lander. It theoretically should make it to Minmus, but it wasn't very easy to steer. I've been experimenting with making really large rockets that might make it to Minmus, and I actually want to see if I can build something that will get up there without too much issues. And obviously get us outside of Kerbal space as well. That's the goal here, and that's what we're trying to achieve. Let's see, are we a little bit in the middle? Not really. And now we are. I think that's great. We'll have one of these, not because I don't want to bring more Kerbals, but because right now our lifting capacity to make a multi-Kerbal rocket is somewhat inadequate. I'll put it this way. Sending one up is easier than sending none up. But we need... actually, it's harder than sending none up. But I've totally got caught on my words there. But we do need a Kerbal up there. So we're going to see if we can do that with some nice computer technology. Could do it with a docking port thing construction, but that would be maybe not so good. I'm still sort of thinking, should I do something with the docking port at this point in the game? I don't think so. I don't think we have to do something with the docking port yet in this part of the game. Let me know in the comments if you think we do. But I feel we shouldn't. Alright, let's see how we get on. I had something prepared. As said, I'm gonna show you guys what I designed initially, which is not what we'll be using, but I still want to show you guys. It was a huge rocket. There we go. Let's load her up. I think it's this one. Yeah, that's it. There we are. Looks like a party, doesn't it? Well, it wasn't a party to assemble, I can tell you that. And it's not very stable in the air, so that's sort of a thing. Though there is a very reasonable way to make it more stable. And I think I'm gonna explore that way a little bit more. I've been thinking, I feel, but that's just a thought, a feeling on my end, that I should make the lander slightly less complicated and use probably 2 sort of engines on it to land, because, well, Minmus doesn't have as much gravity, so it's very easy to brake there and actually put the ship down without hurting yourself, if you will. This thing will get up and out of the atmosphere and get quite far outside of Kerbal's reach, but it will still have issues. So I feel we should just get rid of the bottom part, which is, I agree, the best looking part, I guess. Just get rid of that. As you can see, I've gone for a bit of well, not an awkward construction, but a different construction. Let's see if we can just put this aside for a second, and then get all these ladders off. Yeah, we're not using that. There we go. Delete some more. Delete you. There we are. So we've got all the ladders off. And my idea was just cram 2 of these on instead of 3. That'll save some weight. That's the idea, at least. Obviously, it's not very stable without having more of these along. So we're gonna do those as well. And basically, I think I'm gonna take this off and then say we'll do this. Maybe even on top of these instead of elsewhere. I'll just take these off. And there we go. I think this is better. And then maybe do this. And then sort of go for this. That's one. There's that. That's actually not what I wanted. There was a special way of putting that key in such a way that it would... Is it C? C? See where you had these options. Would it mirror this? Yes, I think it would, actually. Oh wait, no, I think C is the angle snap thing. And that didn't work. There's a hotkey to do this. Sure. Is it V? It was in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. No, that's not it. No. Control Z. Delete. What we could do is just add in single things. That's fine for now. Though there was a way to make this... If only I could remember the keys. I'm always so terrible with this. Put one over here. We'll simply do it manually. That's probably the better way anyway. And there, put the other one over there. Is that even? No. So somewhat lopsided. Not much. There we go. And now we need to do exactly the same on the other side. Well, here we go. Hello, landing strut. Is that about the snow? It's way up. Now it's the same, right? More or less. It should be up a little bit, just like an inch. And probably that will do. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, great. So now, once we get this one on, I feel we are on the right track. We're not on the right track because that's slightly off. What about this side? Looks similar, although I have a feeling that. Let's zoom in because we can't see what we're doing. Okay, so that's there, that's there. That one is slightly down, which is not good. So we need to just move it up a tidbit. Okay, I think we are now okay. Let's start deployed. Start deployed. Start deployed. And start deployed. There we are. So this is what it's gonna look like. Stable? Probably not. Successful in what we want? Probably. What? Oh, I'm dumb. You know what I could have done instead of this weird construction? I am so stupid. Hold on. Yeah. Cucumber being stupid, being a derp. You know what we could do? Totally do this. Watch this. There we go. One leg. There we go. And then 2 legs. Oh yeah, look at that. Now it's got 2 legs, one on each side. And then we have to make sure they're sort of aligned in the same manner. And then we can just deploy, retract. There we go. Looks good. So that can definitely land somewhere. Perfect. And it has everything. Look, I actually made a service bay with everything in it. A thermometer, a pressure meter, some goo, a battery, so that's all there. And of course the science bay. So that's really cool. The only thing we don't have is the seismic thing. And we also need to add a couple of these so that we can actually climb down and take the science from everything. There we go. Just a couple. And it's gonna put some on the other side, but that doesn't matter because that's actually gonna distribute drag somewhat. I think this is way lighter than our previous build, which is what I was going for. We have power, we have solar panels, although not many. We may want to reconsider that as well. Let's see if we can fix that some way. Put some over here. Put some over here. And I think that's fine. I think we're good. I'm gonna say we're good. So that's our lander. We're gonna save that. Looks a little weird. Looks like a little robot. But that's fine. Should we put some lights on? Would look prettier, wouldn't it? It would look pretty if we did that, but we're not gonna do that. No. I have considered, and I might still do that, getting some RCS tanks, sticking them on, and then putting little RCS thrusters on. It's probably not a bad plan. I think we will. There's a way to make these things go, like, instead of completely weird, it doesn't matter, we've got this now. We've got this. Like that. There we go. So that won't be in the way at all, and that's perfect. And then we can put RCS thrusters on the side. And that's what we'll do. There's it. Control, RCS thruster block. There we go. Bam. Now we've got full maneuverability in every possible direction. I like it. Perfect. Save it. It's a little clunky, but most of my designs are. I think I'll be quite happy with this one. Now my idea was, for the follow-up of all of this, to go down and do this. Add some fuel tanks, some really large fuel tanks like these. Go. And then all the way down, somewhat like that. Making it, it's a tall rocket. I know it's a bit of a tall order, if you will. And then adding these lovely, we don't need swivels. When my design is good, we won't need swivels. What we do need, however, is a reaction wheel. Not a small one, damn you. We need a bigger one, an inline stabilizer. There we go. To keep this thing level while we go up. That's what it is for. And what we also need is the following. We should be out of the atmosphere once this, or really high up in the atmosphere once this starts using up our valuable, precious time. We're gonna fire these at the same time. And it looks a little weird, but bear with me. There we are. And then what we'll do to make this thing somewhat more evenly balanced is add rockets that we can actually dispose of. It's gonna be cool. Oh, no. What did I do? Oh. We should have these, or should we have the attachment manifolds? Ejection force is way up there. I like that. Let's go for these. Bang. To go out with a bang. There we go. We got these ejection manifolds. Just sounds something you would not want to mess with. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's dumb what I'm doing, but we'll see. And these ludicrously large tanks. How much weight are we already at? 40 something. Should we make these even bigger? I feel we should. Alright. And then for the pièce de la résistance, skippers. 2 of them. That'll bring us to about 100 tons. Okay, I think I did actually figure it would. These on 120 tons. Okay, so we could go to all the way to 140 if we were to fill it up completely, but we're not going to do that. We're going to try and max it out somewhat. There we go. And then have these, where's the aerodynamics thing? Huge protective nose cones to protect our protection thing gigs. So there we go. That's that. And now what we'll do, I don't know if this is gonna work. I am honestly nowhere near certain, but we'll give this design a go. What we'll do is we'll make the fuel go into the middle section, so all the engines are gonna work for us when we take off, like the whole time. And it's already at 52,000. My previous build was 66,000, so I'm gonna say that's a good trade. There we are. We're gonna make sure that it pumps into this middle part, keeping it fueled at all time. And we are going to have to fire. Oh, that's actually really good. Yes, I've got a perfect way of doing this. There we go. So it's gonna fire these 3. These 2 are not gonna go fire immediately, but they'll fire the moment these guys are ejected. Oh, it's almost too perfect. It's not perfect. It's not perfect at all. But, you know, you have to think of something. Right, this might not help in any way, but we'll put two of these on. There we go. So we have some sort of stability possibilities going up there. And hopefully this will work. There we are. So this is the idea. And of course we need something else, and that is the stabilizers, because if we don't strut this, we will have problems. So let's be good engineers and make sure our design doesn't fall apart. Let's see if we can eyeball this, I think. This eyeball, oh, it's pretty accurate. Okay, it doesn't really matter, but you want to make sure that this doesn't fuck you over. So, if you'll excuse my French. There we are. So, we've attached it in 2 places. It's stable in 2 places. We've got the attachment manifolds ready to go. And eventually this thing will pop. Then these engines will work. Okay. I guess I need to make a little bit of a security measure there. And also over here, to make sure that we don't pop before we drop. That would be bad. That would be a terrible thing. Okay, this thing. Man, this thing. We're gonna give it a spin first, see if it works. If it gets us up there. Just a little bit of a test. Just to make sure. We have 1 battery up there. We have 2 huge rockets that are gonna spew us forth into space. And hopefully this thing won't topple off the landing pad. That would be bad. The launch pad in this case. For this reason, we are not bringing a Kerbal. We're gonna just do the computer, have a computer do its job. Well, actually, we have got, let's see, 55,000. Okay, we're still pretty far in that region where I expect it to be. Put this in and lower it a little bit. So we're still pretty high. My goodness. Alright. Is that too low? No, it's actually perfect. Okay. Got 2 stabilizers holding it together. And I think we should try it. Alright. So, boy. Just hope I did it as right. I have no idea if I did. It's a little wobbly. We might want to de-wobble it at some point. Got SAS running, and let's see how well it works when we launch it. That's actually not bad. It's going really slowly. Oh my god, is it that heavy? Apparently. Might have something to do with the amount of fuel we're carrying. We might want to reduce that. Maybe add a third of these special boosters. That might actually not be a bad plan. I'm gonna look into that. It's gonna go very, very slowly, and look at the fuel go. It's not very efficient, is it? I think that might be a very good idea. Just take one of these, both of these, and drop them down somewhat, and add them in like a configuration of 3, and maybe sacrifice these engines. I think they're gonna make much of a difference. But let's see how far we get. Yeah. Oh, it's very stable. I like it. That's really good. I had not expected it to be this stable. We're gonna go to our gravity Bernie thingy. There we are. Oh, it flies like a dream. If we can make this work. Look at it go. Holy crap. Now it's not going so well anymore. What's going on, guys? Why are you toppling? What's this? Is that something to do with the weights being all screwy? I think it might. Yeah, that's the weights being all screwy. Okay, alright, so revert flight to vehicle assembly. We know now that this might actually work. It might. I'm not saying it will, but it might. I'm almost tempted to say, let's lose some of these fuel tanks and make the whole thing shorter, and then make it with 3 of these. Let's see if that works. See if that works out somehow. I don't know. We need to get rid of these, and well, we'll need different kind of things for that now. So yes, we'll get rid of this as well, which is reconstructed. Let's see. Let's take the these off and these. So there's none of that. Okay. Still a good idea to have a good tank here, though. We shouldn't skimpy off the tank. That's bad. Fuel tanks. Okay, so we know these Rockomaxes do their job very well if we do it constructed right. Right. Ejection force of 3. I'll have 3 of these, like over here, like so. And then, this is me just guesstimating, guys. I'm guesstimating. No, that's actually wrong. Need to have them in the exact spot there. Here we go. How heavy are we already? That's about half of what we need. Okay, cool. Let's do this. What about now? 125 tons. Okay, so it doesn't take much more than this. That's not necessarily bad. It's just inconvenient. Okay, let's see if we can fit that engine on without actually ruining the whole construction. Nope, that's 134 tons. That's actually not bad. I think that's gonna do well for us. And we may need to take care of our fuel situation somewhat. Well, that is okay. Should we take this one off completely and replace it with something smaller? Thinking about that right now. I don't think that's a good plan. No. What we'll do, and let's see if that does it for us. Go for aerodynamics. Have those things on. Those don't weigh much, do they? No, they don't. We're at 134.6 tons, which leads me to believe we could theoretically. Well, we need to make sure that this is structurally sound. So let's start with that, shall we? And then sort of connect to these things. Here we are. So that's for stability's sake. I think that looks weird, but it's probably gonna be okay. We can still have some sort of aerodynamics, right? Right, game? You're not gonna screw me over there, are you? I don't think you are. You are a nice game. You love me. There we go. That's gonna work. That's gonna keep us somewhat level. And we're still at 135.2, so technically if we were to remove this and say we will have an extra little piece of tank here. Is that, how heavy is that tank exactly? 6. No, 1. 2.25. Okay. And this engine, I'm just gonna do a little experiment here. Stack the coupler. There we go. And then take this and connect it to the whole thing, and we'd be at 138.0. That is near perfect for what I want to do. Because then we have an extra stage, should we need it, you know, for braking or extra maneuvering or anything like that. And now we do need the fuel lines to run to the central tank. So that needs to run for as long as possible. So there we go, we're gonna do that. Okay, so it's gonna be pumping fuel out of these big tanks Eventually we're gonna dump the big tanks when we're done with them. That's actually not where I wanted that to happen. Thank you very much. What are these? That's all screwy now. Let's see. This is gonna go over here. This is gonna go down here. So this will fire with this. This will eventually do that. This and then that. And then that. And then eventually that. And then these two will fire. We need an extra stage here and an extra stage once we pop that one. Oh, not necessarily. They're already good. I think this is the main break that we need, otherwise we're gonna be in so much trouble. I think that's good. Let's look at our weight thing. Our weight is pretty good. We've nearly maxed it out. Let's see what this does. See if this has any effect on our... It's more expensive. That's one effect. And see what it does on the launch pad. Don't fall apart, please. By the way, game. It sits on the launch pad pretty wobbly. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. But maybe if we stabilize it a little bit and then boost off. Yeah, it's immediately wobbling everywhere. But it's going. It's going. Look at the speed. I think we got this. Definitely got this. Nice. Very nice. Oh, the speed is near perfect. I'm just gonna slow her down a little bit. Keep her in that 150 zone for a while. Going up. 2/3 ahead is fine. I guess at 5,000 meters we're gonna drop a little bit to the right here. Slowly but surely. Look at that. Love it. It's fantastic. We're still speeding up. We're still going up. That's way more important. We're still moving. And now we should really take care of ourselves here. Oh god. Yeah, we've got a spin situation here. That's the weight of the lander making it impossible to steer. We need to fix that. Somehow. I don't know how, but we have to. Add more drag? No. We need more drag. More drag is what we need. Okay. Would that do? Lift rating. No, we don't need lift rating. We need that's actually way better. It has a higher lift rating. Huh. So going into our gravity turn, we get into trouble because of the weight that's here and not down here. How do we fix that? Or is that the wrong positioning of this thing? That might actually be it. We may have to get this back on and then put this one down here and down here. See if that actually compensates for things. It might. Alright. Save and one more test. See what it does. The thing sticking out here, that's we're pushing weight up and weight doesn't like being pushed up. Especially if it's on one end of a thing. It tends to want to, you know, go down. There's one more thing we could do. I'm gonna do it. And that's probably a good idea. Put this on, we'll create some drag here in the middle. And why I'm doing this is because I think it's a good idea to do that. I just want... Why would you want to do two of those like that? That makes no sense at all. How's our weight situation if we do that? That's not bad. We're okay. We need something to clamp on at the other end of these. I'm not sure what we'll do. I guess, I don't know. Put in some weight, maybe? Mark 1 fuselage? some airplane fuselage. Would that work? What do you guys think? Would it work? I'm gonna give it a go, why not? Fuselage. Why the hell not? Why do you want to put it over there? That makes no sense. Game. That's weird. I don't know why the game would want me to do that, but okay. Think. The weight distribution thing is the thing here. So it's too tall. Is that the issue? Might be the issue. How do we fix that? The lander is sitting snugly at the top here, but it might be too tall. It might actually be that that's the problem. How the hell do we fix that? Be too much drag up there. All the bullshit I've put on it. Quite complex, I'd say. Would we be okay if we were to put 2 radial decouplers on, like somewhere over here? No, 3, 2. Maybe add some more weight somewhere. I don't know. Should we? Is it wise to do that? Should we put like thrusters here or something? We barely have enough mass. 1.5. Yeah, that's not gonna do. We're not gonna. We don't have that kind of option. Don't know. Only I knew. We'd be in good shape. Yeah, I think we need wings on these tanks as well. That might work. Give it more drag at the bottom. Then it will automatically try and fly itself in the right direction. Is what I'm thinking. Right, I'm gonna do one more test flight, and if this doesn't work, we're gonna have to shorten the vehicle somewhat. Here we go. Alright, so one last test with these extra wings. And it's really wobbly. I hate it because it's wobbly. I don't want it to be wobbly. I guess we should have stabilization or something. A little bit wobble to the right. It's still really wobbly. It's evening out, but very slowly. It's because this is all sort of loose. We can fix that. Would that be it? Would that be the thing we're battling here? The wobbliness? So we can fix that easily. I think that is what we're fighting. I'm actually pretty sure that's it. And of course there's a good chance that there's also these things are working against each other. Yep, they are. Okay, revert flight to vehicle assembly. I think it's the reaction wheel thing that might be the problem here. And I want to fly with RCS options, but we have a reaction wheel here. Would it work? How does that work? If we leave this off, like the flight computer. Hold on. Let's see if that works. And just do a regular parachute. Nothing special. Regular parachute. Where is it? This one. There we are. So, bam. And let's not put that in the same one. No, bad idea. There we go. And then have another. There we are. Okay. So that, and, well, obviously, a structural improvement, hopefully. And going up from, to, if only we did that from 3 sides. Cucumber, you dumbass. Come on. Think, cucumber, think. There we go. We'll assemble it like that. We should be okay. I think we should be okay at least. And how much weight does that actually... It doesn't actually take that much weight. Cool. So technically we would be okay. And we can go against the wobble some more. And do this. There we go. How about now? It's 138 and a half. I'm gonna say that's cool. Let's put a Kerbal in. Now it won't fly itself. That is a problem. We cannot fly it without the Kerbal on board, and we have to fly it home for this to work. Should we? I don't know. Should we? So this thing will be completely manually controlled by the Kerbal. No idea what that will do. Alright, Mechki, I think this is one for you. You are a scientist. We do need to reset things. Could bring a pilot, but I don't feel that's smart. Alright, here we go. This is slightly more stable. It should be. It's still pretty wobbly. What's up with those engines, man? And we don't have an SAS module, so no operational SAS. Crap. I should have brought one, really. I feel bad about the whole thing. Now let's see how well it flies. Not very well. That's kind of what I was worried about. Actually, it's not completely terrible. You have to really manually steer it, though. I don't like that. You need stability assist, man. Bad idea. Look at the reaction wheels. They won't take it. They will not take it. Okay. Revert flight to vehicle assembly. We do need stability assist somewhere. But maybe, just maybe, we can put it in here. Open it up. The service bay. There we go. See if we can put it in there and somehow cram it in here. I think that's still an option. I don't think we have to suffer for my mistakes. What are you doing, game? No. Actually, we could forget about the goo for a minute. No, we could bring the goo. Why the hell not? Bring the goo. They can still close, right? Right? Close the bay. Yeah, they're fine. Well, you wouldn't have thought. Alright, we're bringing 2 goo canisters then. Is that, how does that affect our, it does actually affect our options there. Pod, is this really lightweight? Yes, it is really lightweight. Oh, wonderful. That means we can actually fly it with this. But it should be the right way up, right? Otherwise it's gonna be completely screwy. Alright, let's see if it works. He said. I hope so, because without stability assist this thing is going nowhere. Clearly. It's wobbly, it's unstable. It has electric charge though. Yep, it looks like it is working. It is working and we're going up. Hopefully we're going up quick enough. For a little bit. This, maybe we should launch in the daylight because this is obviously going to affect us at some point. The electricity situation is going to be quite bad. Stable at 1-2 kilometers. We're actually keeping it going. 200 meters per second. I think we're gonna lower the speed somewhat. This is fine. 250. Getting a lot of air resistance right now. Level somewhat. 12 kilometers, still speeding up. Not doing so badly. We're doing really well actually. We may actually make it up there. Look at that. Craft is actually going there. Mechkey, I love you. You're fantastic. And we should go to our 90-degree angle right now and check where we're heading. So we're 40 kilometers up already. Good. It's very good. Oh my goodness. I built a spaceship that works. Yes! I actually did it. I actually made it work. Cool. And we're going outside of the atmosphere pretty soon. I guess we should speed up a little bit. Watch it go up. Still going up. Pushing the apple there a little bit. We're officially in orbit. Oh my goodness. And oh, it's going up real quick now. I think I'm just gonna say, okay, that's enough. 91 should do us really rather well, and it's very hard to level this ship out now. We're still in the atmosphere, so technically it's not happy with us. I'm gonna see if I can increase this still a little bit. Make sure we are making some vertical speed as well as horizontal, because horizontal is now becoming more important. And yeah, we are doing okay, I think. And we are outside the atmosphere. This is cool. Okay. 93, and I think when we get to 90 with our actual meter up here, got thrust here, we're gonna go full thrust, trying to get our situation leveled. So we are perfectly on the east-west line. Mechkey is fine. We are doing fine. We're almost there at the 90 mark. Once we're there, we're gonna blast our way out of here. There we go. Look at that go. We don't have that much fuel left in this, but wow. That is just really awesome. And we should be able to do this. And then we'd be okay. And we are in an orbit over Kerbal. that's actually going to be fine. Look at the amount of fuel we still have. My god. This is incredible. And we're pushing the periapsis to our current position. Should be about 70 kilometers up at least for it to work. And we're actually already bulging out a little bit. This is fine. It's a little wonky, but I'm happy. So the first stage of our Minmus mission has actually succeeded. I'm quite proud. We built a vessel that works, that's not that expensive, but it was about 60 something, 60k. We did lose all of those drop tanks, but we feel good about them. And let's zoom out. This is Minmus. Minmus is at an angle, obviously that's gonna be a thing. We're gonna have to match that angle somehow. But let's see if we can get to an encounter before we do anything else, right? I mean, obviously that's gonna be a thing. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can plan out a little bit of a maneuver. Whoop. Well, it should get us close to Minmus. Oh, no. Oh, I'm not sure what I did there. And there we are. We actually had somewhat of a Minmus encounter. Is that Sun Apoapsis? That's maybe slightly over the top here. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that now. We don't want to get hooked up by the sun. That would be bad. Okay. How about no? How about a Minmus encounter instead? That would be great, you know. If we do that, we'd be in good shape. Okay, so how far out do we need to go to hit Minmus? This far out. Far out, man. Oh, no, that's the mun. We would not want to. Oh, no, that's the mun again. Okay, no Minmus encounter here anywhere. I'd like a Minmus encounter. Is that too much to... Ah, ha, ha, ha! Ah, ha, ha! Oh, well, actually it doesn't count it as a, a Minmus encounter. Alright, so where should we be on this line to actually encounter Minmus? Should we be out here? Maybe? No? Maybe? Ooh, that's the moon. We don't want to be at the moon, we want to be at the Minmus. Maybe less power here. Wow. Don't need as much power there apparently if we do that. Oh my, I'm not really sure if we're going to figure this out. Anyway, I'm gonna off-screen this part. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and or comment. Tips are welcome. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, if you enjoyed the video, and check out the social links in the description. And hopefully see you all next time when we go to Minmus for a landing.